Baka ano yan, ma'am, hinger mas si ate. Oh, makasabay na po. Apo, once po hindi pa, mamaya,
Okay,
paano po na-pirma na po.
good afternoon. Welcome to the PP conference under Section 51 of RA 12009, otherwise known as the New Government Procurement Act, and implementing rules and regulation for the following infra projects. First is 25F00587, construction of school building, Cabangan High School, Barangay Cabangan, Legazpi City, Albay, Legazpi City, Albay, 2nd Legislative District, and 25F00606, construction of school building, Banquerohan National High School, Barangay Banquerohan, Legazpi City, Albay, Legazpi City, Albay, 2nd Legislative District. So this activity is being attended to by the following members of the BAC present today, starting off with myself as the BAC chairperson, Attorney Molina Bataga, as well as the Chief of the Right of Way Acquisition and Legal Division. On my right is Dr. Maria Chidora Piro Santas, BAC Vice Chairperson and the Chief of the Administrative Division. Engineer Arnel L. Samson, BAC Provisional Member and the Chief of the Maintenance Division. Engineer Alex Lacuna, BAC Provisional Member and the Chief of the Construction Division. And Engineer Diana Diraneses, PWH Member from the Equipment Management Division. So to present to us the eligibility requirements as well as the technical and financial documents as a requirement for the procurement project, may I call it Engineer Reneses.
For the eligibility requirements, eligibility of prospective bidders is determined using the Civil Works Application or DPWH, which electronically processes the compliance with the Class A documents such as the legal, technical, and financial documents. Prospective bidders are encouraged to regularly update their respective records in the CWA on the following requirements. Under the Class A documents, first for legal documents, one is registration certificate from the SEC for corporate organizations, DTI for sole proprietorship, or CDA for cooperatives. Number two is the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. The updated PhilJobs registration shall be submitted in the technical document component of the bid to be considered eligible. The renewed mayor's or business permit shall also be submitted as a post-qualification requirement in accordance with Section 63.2 of the IRR of RA 12009. The same shall apply to the other Class A eligibility documents. Number three is the tax clearance for Executive Order 398 Series 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. For the technical documents, number four, statement of the prospective bidder of all its completed and ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet signed by the client, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Number five, under the bid, except under conditions provided for in Section 52.4 of the IRR of RA by the GPP. Section 52.4.2.4 states that the bidder must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the 50% requirement may be allowed, subject to the recommendation of the procuring entity, which shall be submitted to the GPTV for consideration. Provided, further, that contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience on the procurement project to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than a allowable range of contract cost of their registration based on the guidelines as prescribed by the bidder. Moreover, a contract shall be considered similar to the procurement project if it has the same major categories of work. The procuring entity may clarify in the bidding documents what is regarded as major categories of work guided by the principle of proportion. Than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory similar performance and monitoring system. In the case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. The computation of a bidder's NFCC must be at least equal of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the procurement project to be bid, provided that a different formula may be adopted subject to the recommendation of the procuring entity, which shall be submitted to the submitted to the BIR. Each partner of the joint venture shall submit their respective PhilJet certificates of registration in accordance with section 20.2.9.1 of this IR, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all of its ongoing contracts. Number 6, cost for the contract to be bid. Under the financial documents, number 7, the prospective bidder's audited financial statements showing among others the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities, stamp received by the BIR or excluding credited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 3 years from the date of submission. Number 8, the prospective bidder's computation of non-financial contracting capacity or NFCC. The computation of a prospective bidder's NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC bid calculated as follows: current assets minus the current liabilities times 15, and then minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. Then under Class B documents, the joint venture bidders shall submit a JPA in accordance with RA 4566 and its IRR. Each partner of the joint venture shall submit their respective PhilJet certificates of registration in accordance with section 20.2.9.1 of the IRR of RA 1200. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all its ongoing contracts and other financial statements. So for the technical requirements, if joint venture is applicable in the form of principal documentation, ISO 9000 certification for its latest version if applicable, the duly signed organizational chart, and the duly signed list of key personnel for the contract with supporting affidavits of commitment to work on the contract by the key personnel, and Department Order 98 Series of 2016, revised guidelines on the accreditation of contractors, consultants, materials, engineers. Part of the technical requirements is the minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel, which are the following: for the project manager, total years of experience must be 5 years, and 5 years also for similar position. 3 years total of experience for project engineer, same with similar position. The materials engineer, 3 years total experience, same with similar position. And safety officer. Next, for the technical requirements, the duly signed list of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment pledged to the contract. Please refer to the 11 series of equipment and section 63.3b of RA 12009 in relation to item 16.9 of the document, May 2025 edition. Certification as to the availability of equipment under lease agreement or under purchase agreement must be notarized. Lastly, the omnibus warranty. For contract ID number 25F00587, the minimum major equipment requirements are the following: 1 unit of backhoe, all models with 0.80 cubic meter capacity and 150 H. 1 unit of bentonite bin, 1 unit of bentonite mixer, 1 unit of concrete batch plant with updated calibration, capacity is 30 cubic meters. 1 unit of drill brake mechanical rotary, all models, capacity 600 to 2,000 millimeters, capacity 68 meter depth, 21,000 kilogram bottom drilling bucket and testing. 2 units of dump truck, all models, with a capacity of 290 HP, 12 cubic yards. 1 unit of lighting system or tower lights with a height of 28 feet. Number of lights is 4 by 1,000 watts, 10.5 HP, and the generator 5 kilowatts. 1 unit of low bed trailer, 25 metric ton. 1 unit of tractor truck, 1 unit of payloader, 1.5 cubic meter or 1.95 cubic yard capacity. 1 unit of concrete truck mounted with 70 to 120. 1 unit of support equipment, automatic leveler under system and power lights with a height of 28 feet, 4 lights with 1,000 watts each, 10.5 HP, and a generator at least 5 kilowatt and 400 watts. And 1 unit of trimming pipe set, 1 unit of truck mounted crane, all models, 21 to 25 metric ton, 200 HP capacity. 1 unit of vibro hammer hydraulic pipe drivers, all models, 45,000 kilogram mass, and at least 272.23 HP. 1 unit of water truck or pump, all makes 16,000 liters, and at least 360 HP capacity. For the laboratory equipment, the required number of units and the minimum capacity per unit. For contract ID number 25F00606, the minimum major equipment requirements: 1 unit of backhoe, all models, 1 unit of crawler crane, all models, 2 units of dump truck, all models, 1 unit of 25 metric ton low bed trailer, 1 unit of tractor truck, 1 unit of payloader, 1.5 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit of concrete truck mounted with 1 unit of service crane, 25 ton and 145 HP capacity, crawler crane, all models, 1 unit of support equipment, automatic level under OCM, 1 unit of support equipment, lighting system or tower lights, 1 unit of transit mixer, all models, 1 unit of truck mounted crane, all models, 1 to 25 metric tons, 200 HP, 1 unit of truck mounted crane, all models, 31 to 35 metric tons, at least 238 each. And 72.22 HP capacity, 1 unit of water pump, 100 millimeter suction, at least 260. Number 2 is Julie Sand bill of quantities including summary of check prices. Number 3 is the Julie Sand initial detailed estimates. Further instructions and clarifications on the submission of technical and financial documents. Bidders are required to include ISO 9001:2015 certification or its latest version as applicable as part of the project requirements in the requirement for large A, medium B, and medium A contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects of the department. For those who wish to use the bid securing declaration as bid security, use the new format for Department Memorandum Circular 85 Series of 2020 uploaded in the Flowjobs and DPWH websites. Similarly, use the uploaded new Omnibus 1 statement format. Prospective bidders are required to use the appropriate and correct format of the Omnibus 1 statement pertaining to the authority of the signatory according to the type of the business organization, for single proprietorship, corporate, cooperative, or joint. Failure to do so will be treated as a misdeclaration by the prospective bidder and will be a ground for the non-compliance of the bid. Prospective bidders are reminded to the provision that equipment capacity is specified in the bid sheet shall be mandatory and absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. All requirements stated in the bid data sheet are mandatory. Hence, in the same manner that the items of work and the corresponding their respective capacities and number of units one awarded project shall not be pledged to another project bid out on the same date or immediate date after the bidding of the awarded project. The equipment pledged on several projects bid out on the same date, wherein the bidder is potentially the winner of these projects, will be ground for the bidder's post-disqualification in the other projects. Review documents to be submitted to avoid ineligibility and non-compliance of bid. Check the validity of permits, licenses, registrations, and clearances. Check the completeness as to form and substance of the security, affidavits, declarations, and other notarized. Regularized in the DPWH figures and the total price for the item for both lump sum and non-lump sum estimate showing the direct and indirect costs, including tax. Provision of overhead contingencies and miscellaneous or OCM for special items under the general requirements. Initial for authorizing managing officer who is authorized to sign the bid documents. Other terms to discount for erasures,
Good afternoon. With great enthusiasm and anticipation, all personnel are invited. The gathering shall be led by an exceptionally dynamic Zin Prince Loyola, whose expertise in infectious energy promises an afternoon filled with vitality, camaraderie, and rhythmic exhilaration. Adding further distinction to the occasion, the session shall feature the esteemed resident Zumba dancers from the construction division, including Miss DPWH 2024, Jamila Ferrer, alongside the equally talented Jamila Bertolin, whose graceful presence and enthusiasm continue to inspire wellness and active living within the workplace community. So let us collectively abandon our sedentary proclivities and partake in a most salubrious exhibition of synchronized locomotion. So don't forget to bring a change of comfortable. This is brought to you by Construction Division, headed by none other than Engineer Alex L. Laguna, assisted by Albay and Legazpi. Thank you.
And omissions will be corrected to enable proper comparison and reporting of the following categories. Post-qualification shall be conducted in accordance with Rule 10 post-qualification of Diet R of RA 1209. The verification, validation, and ascertainment of all statements made and documents submitted validated with the lowest calculated rate using non-discretionary criteria as stated in the bidding documents covering the legal, technical, and financial requirements. The provisions of Diet R of RA 1209 and the DPWH Procurement Manual Volume 2 for infrastructure shall govern the procurement. Here are the instructions on the purchase of bidding documents. Only the owner of the firm or authorized representatives named in the CRC shall be allowed to transact business relative to bidding matters and purchase bidding documents per the 176 series of 1993 and is reiterated in the 197 series of 2000. Those representatives not included in the CRC are required to submit special power of attorney or secretary certificate, whichever is applicable. The authorized representatives issued with SPA or secretary certificate shall be required to present two valid government-issued IDs and a printout copy of the document request list from the field jobs posted of the document to be bid showing the name of their construction firm. The back secretariat will not be responsible for the field work by the bidder to bring the bidding document in time for the bid document to be delivered, delay processing of earlier approval, collection order, and late payment of the bidding documents. Loss of the order of payment and supporting documents already released or issued by the Bank Secretariat is not the responsibility of the Bank Secretary. Only the signatory may cancel and or revise the duly signed letter of authority to purchase bid documents. Bidding documents payments made for canceled projects due to no funds approved or released and for disapproved modification and or for late release projects that have already exceeded the 3-month period for award are not refundable as a matter of policy of the DPWH regional office. All prospective bidders shall attach to the technical component of the bidding documents the following: the straight line diagram in accordance with the templates prescribed under Annexes A3 and A5A to be beneficial ownership information duly received by the security pages 2023 of forms, LTV, and GCC, including sole proprietorship. Follow the checklist of the technical and financial document requirements uploaded with the bidding documents for the contract to be bid at. Absence of any required document shall be considered as failure of compliance on the required document and non-compliance of the bid. Chronologically arrange the documents in accordance with the checklist of the technical and financial documents. Provide index tab and pagination and securely bind the documents. Affix initial on all the pages of the documents. The initial on the pages together with the pagination affirm the authenticity of the pages that they are in the form of the submitted bid documents. Submit a duly signed original and one machine copy of the bid documents. Machine copies of the documents must be from the original. Place the original technical document in an envelope and securely seal it with a marking on the envelope containing the following lists or technical the contract ID and the name of the project, and indicate do not open before 10 a.m. of June 22, 2026. Do the same for the original financial documents and put both the original technical and financial envelopes into one album. Label the house envelope as original bid, including the other texts for the marking. Do the same above procedures for the copy by marking the envelopes as copy 1 for the technical and financial envelopes as well as the album. The envelopes labeled original bid and copy 1 in one other envelope containing the texts name of the capture person and the name and address of the security grant, the submission of the original documents as well as the machine. Other important matters, the prospective bidders are encouraged to conduct site inspection for them to determine whether this is the right project for them. The decisions of the PAC amending any provision of the bidding documents shall be issued in writing through a supplemental or group bulletin. Bulletins that may be issued by the PAC. The prospective bidders are also encouraged to purchase bidding documents ahead of the bid drawing schedule. Prospective bidders and key personnel shall submit copies of their valid and outdated PRs and or accreditations to each other's secretaries. Here are the possible causes of failure. Number 1, no bids are received. Number 2, all prospective bidders are declared ineligible. Number 3, all bids fail to comply with all the bid documents or fail post-qualification. Or number 4, the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid refuses without justifiable cause to accept the award of contract, and no award is made in accordance with Section 40 of the Act and its INR.
Thank you, Engineer Ramirez. Before we proceed, we also acknowledge the presence of Engineer Albay of Banquerohan, DPWH. At the same time, the Assistant Chief of the Construction Division. We also have here from the in the person of Mr. Jason Elias, Administrative Aid 6. Okay. So in addition to the presented eligibility requirements, including the technical and financial, we also invite your attention to memorandum dated May 28, 2026. Okay. So from the Office of the Undersecretary for Support Services under the DOT Espiritu regarding the requirements or compliance in the technical documents to be submitted by the prospective bidders, wherein the subject matter is the strengthening disclosure of ongoing and awarded projects and verification of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC in DPWH procurement. So under item 1, disclosure disclosure during pre-bid conference. So, pakibasa ka lang po, engineer.
Conferences, all bids and awards committees or BACs shall expressly remind prospective bidders during pre-bid conferences of their obligation to fully and truthfully disclose all ongoing and awarded but not yet started contracts, including DPWH, other government and private contracts, by submitting the duly accomplished statement. The BACs shall also remind that failure to submit and declare any ongoing and awarded but not yet started contract constitutes a ground for disqualification and imposition of appropriate sanctions.
Okay, so likewise, so the said bidder statement of ongoing and awarded contracts but not yet started are included in the computation of the NFCC. So under item 2, strengthened NFCC verification during post-qualification. Kindly read.
The BACs shall ensure that NFCC verification during post-qualification is diligently undertaken using a complete set of information, including but not limited to: letter A, the bidder's statement of ongoing and awarded contracts but not yet started, submitted latest audited financial statement and NFCC validation. Letter B, the official DPWH records reflected in the civil works application, project and contract management application, and other relevant department databases. Letter C, result of verification with other government agencies and private entities. The verification shall not rely solely on the submitted NFCC computation of the bidder or a single database, but shall consider all available and updated records to ensure accurate determination. Verification establishes material representation, false statements or non-disclosure of any ongoing or awarded but not yet started contracts that affect eligibility or violate the bidding documents. BACs shall impose the appropriate sanctions under RA number 12009 and its IRR, including post-disqualification and or suspension or blacklisting.
Okay, thank you, engineer. So please be guided by this memorandum for your guidance and strict compliance, especially by the prospective bidders. So failure to comply shall be subject the prospective bidders appropriate sanctions under RA 12009, such as post-disqualification and or suspension or blacklisting. So since this activity